This is your boy, Yonny, Grammy-nominated producer, platinum producer, and you know I got soul. 100.
As a producer, and tell me about the creative process. Like, what is your creative process like? How does a song become a song?
I have no idea, and it generally just happens. I never start with a certain thing, I don't know. It just happens.
Okay.
I feel like music tells you what to do, and that's what it's all about at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could be something that I hum, or I don't know. It's just I can't even really tell you, man.
Yeah.
It could be something like that, or generally when I try to sit down in front of my keyboard or whatever, I just play around with some sounds, and then I just let the music once again tell me, I just kind of go with it, whatever it is. Yes, man.
I've noticed that you've had a handful of collaborations with Maya throughout the years. So, how did you originally hook up? How did you originally hook up with her, and what's it been like working with her?
Maya is the homie. That's all I gotta say about that. I'm trying to remember what that was. 2000. Well, we have been talking for some years back. I want to say around 2006, 2007. We got real cool, and then I ended up doing her Riding remix, and now her and Trina are very cool, and me and Trina is very cool. So I kind of orchestrated getting Trina on the record, and then I mixed the record. Now, Liberation was the album that had during that period of time. Liberation didn't come out, but that was her single that she released, Ride, and produced by Tricky. That was the remix to it. She then, not too long after, ended up coming to do my birthday party with me. And, we actually got to work in the studio for the first time on the first record we had done together called The Only One. And that later came out on, one of these projects over the last year. I can't remember. But we've done over 35 some odd records. Maya is an artist that's not really, she doesn't, how can I say it? It's like, so many people thrive on being this or being that or being the top or whatever. Like, she's very grounded. She's a person that's just like, no matter what anybody could say, like, she constantly gets shows and get booked for things and does movies and been on TV shows. So her being the best or whatever you want to call it is not her focus. It's just about making great music. Music is what she does. Is what she's been doing since the gate. So she always looks out for people in any way, shape, or form, whether it's low budget, high budget, whatever. Her U.S. album is actually coming out the top of the year, I'm thinking. I did the first single for it, which is called Earthquake, which also features Trina on it. And then I have, I think, 4 other records at this time, but it could be more, it could be less. But they say that word album cuts, as far as when, they finally pick the last cuts on the album and they cut songs down, it's just that. So a person could do 10 records and end up with 1, because that cut is something serious. But yeah, we've been friends though for a long time, so it's been dope.
Okay, cool. I know you've also been in the studio with people like Mario. I saw a video with yourself and Christina Milian. So, who else are you working with right now?
I've been working with Ayaz, working with Fabulous, working with YG in the next week, actually, as well as Kevin McCall. I've other stuff with Kevin McCall. As of now, I'm slated to have Aya's next single coming out, co-produced with J.R. Rowland. And the record is called Too Sexy. So look out for that. Leon Thomas, very known Afro-American brother. He's only 18 years old. From the show Victorious, also had with Nickelodeon and song. And then we've done quite a bit of records. He was just in my studio the day before yesterday. I also have Jeremiah working on stuff for his new album. As well as Leon on that show, Victoria's cat. Her real name is Ariana Grande. She's a cat on the show with the red hair. Crazy voice. She had like some special pop music coming. I actually start working with her, supposed to be next week or so. Ray J, I've done like 2 records with Trey for his new album. I'm not sure if they're going to make it or which one's going to make it. I've done about 7 or 8 records with Mario, and I only actually got 1. So there's a great example. I only got 1 on the album. Such as Ayaz, I mean, I did like 10 records on Ayaz, and I ended up getting 3.
Oh, okay.
And so that's a kind of a better turnout, but yeah, it's still cool, man. You know, you just keep it moving and go to the next one. That's all I can think of right now. But, you know, I've been working with her on her new stuff, but she's been traveling so much now that there's no release date or anything for it yet. So we've done a lot of records for her new stuff, a lot of new things, as well as doing I'm thinking right now. I've been back in the studio with Jesse McCartney. We've done a couple more records for his album. Who else? I can't think.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Just working, man. Just trying to keep it going, really.
That's what's up. Yeah, I wanted to ask you because you mentioned like all these artists. You know, we have some rap artists, some R&B artists, and also some pop artists. So, do you kind of have to shift gears from going to R&B to pop to rap?
Not really. See, that I guess that was a blessing for me because that's one thing now I can add in from the production side of things of what you asked me the question, how do you pull things from the air? Well, basically, since I believe in kind of clearing my mind, let the music tell me what to do, I've always been able to make, like, for example, I would make maybe 2 or 3 tracks a day, maybe 4. One may be R&B, one may be rock-driven, one may be house, one may be something Jeezy to rap on. It just depends. And I would do them all simultaneously at the same time. So if I was working on a beat and I was doing a club track and then I heard a sound in there that took me neo soul and sound like Estelle was singing on it, then I said, oh man, shoot, I'm going to save that, I'm going to start on this new one, get a nice loop going to that. And probably, I'm almost sure by the time that I get that one done, you know, or close to being a nice pocket, I'm going to hear another sound that's going to take me to a Lady Gaga type of record, and then I'm going to do that. So by the end of the day, I would have done 2 to 4 different tracks, all different genres. So I don't really think it's hard for me to switch up. You know, sometimes I'm doing that. I'm doing little play in the daytime, which is rap. You know, and then I'm doing Mario later. You know what I'm saying? So it really all depends.
Okay.
I don't know. I just kind of keep clear mind and just do whatever. The music just constantly moves me around, so it's all about that.
Okay. I wanted to ask you about a couple of the songs that you've done throughout the years, and just give me some background on how the song came about. The first one that I have for you, of course, is Trey Songz, Say Ah.
That record, that track was about a year old, and a lot of people had, heard that track. I sent it out. The feedback wasn't terrible. It was just, oh yeah, this is your club, kind of, normal type of club track that writer-wise would need. It would depend on who and what was on it. Some tracks you can make, you can kind of submit right to somebody, and it's like boom. But with club tracks, it's like, well, this is a good track, but it depends on what's on it. So that was the kind of feedback that I got. I recently hooked up with Nate Walker, which is like my brother right now, and basically what happened was I just sent him a whole bunch of tracks. That being the first track on the playlist, and I didn't do that purposely. So he heard that track, and that's what he heard, man. And after he did that, the track had been wanted by between Jamie Foxx to Akon, and I'm missing one person here. I'm missing Jamie Foxx, Akon, R. Kelly, that's who it was. And so basically when that happened, it just kind of, went in like a week and a half, man. It had all these people who wanted it, and then it ended up being Trey record, So, it's kind of fast how it happened. But more or less, I got a call from Troy Taylor, and he was just like, yo, I just want to know if this is your track. And he played it in the background. I was like, yeah. He was like, we'll call you back in 2 hours. Right after 2 hours, he called me, said, you ready? He played this monstrosity of a record, and I just heard it, and it hit me in the chest pretty hard. I didn't know what that feeling was until I realized after talking with other people that that's simply just the first time that you realize, that you have a hit, that you feel it like that. And the rest is kind of history, man,
Yeah. The second song I want to ask you about is Genuine's Batteries.
That one happened, Sean Beasley, which is a friend of mine in my management, I got that record from Livio, who is also another music friend of mine, Livio Harris. And basically, he had let Ira DeWitt, who is, she runs Notify Records, and she was the one that was responsible for kind of bringing Genuine's career up to date. And he had let her hear the record, and she loved the record, and so we ended up, letting him cut it, and it went to that mode, and then I got the record, heard it, and then I was trying to figure out a feature for it. Of course, with my relationship to Trina just hopped on it, on the Love, and it was dope. It came out dope. And I really like that record a lot, yeah. Shout out to Jay Sean Champion for the pen, he's from Cleveland as well. One of his records that I know off the top of the dome is Same Girl with R. Kelly and Usher, so Cleveland stand up for that one.